Here we go.
Woohoo! Awesome. Hey, Ruby Gold Diggers. Thank you so much for joining in to watch Gina and I do our stylist spotlight today. We were having a couple tech snafus, but Gina has started our live Facebook room for us. So I'm super excited for her to share her story today. Gina is a busy mom, a busy wife, and her husband own another business. And something that I find remarkable about Gina is her ability to be consistent in her business while she is a super busy mom. So Gina has sold Ruby this month, which is over $5,000 in sales, meaning that she earned at least $2,000 this month. She's growing her team as well, so she has some income from that as well. But Gina, I would love for you to share a little bit about, I know when we were connecting, we were talking about how sometimes we feel like as moms of toddlers we have like the toddler tunnel and like a hot mess most days. We don't know how we get it done, but maybe you can just describe a little bit about what your day looks like, how you're serving your customers and your family at the same time.
Well, kind of my secret is I actually work Ruby Ribbon mostly in the very late evening. I would say most of my time that I work is between 8 and 11 p.m., honestly. It just really means a lot to me to make this business work. My husband works so hard doing tree trimming, and I work alongside him, but his body isn't going to be able to maintain that forever, and he provides very well for us. And I did my part, and I helped him grow his business for 10 years. And now he is the sole income earner. But again, his body isn't going to last forever doing this kind of work. And so I wanted to build something of my own so I didn't have to go sit back in a desk in corporate America. It's one of my major fears, honestly. I don't want to lose this freedom. And it's kind of ironic. I had a customer yesterday, and I like to call them serial entrepreneurs, and they're very blessed people. And so I like to pick those types of people's brains about how do they make it all work. She has 3 children that are now grown, and they're at the end of their journey, so to speak, in this entrepreneurial world. And they own a variety of businesses. And so I could really relate to that. Not only do I haul wood all day, but I help women ditch their bras too, you know? And, these people own marinas, and they also own interior painting companies, so she really did it all. The number one thing that she said to evaluate the most is, constantly redefine yourself in what you describe as wealthy. you know, she goes, at this point, we're really blessed. She goes, we have multiple homes and we have multiple, and she goes, but I don't necessarily know if I would have all of that if I could go back and make decisions about what the balance of my life really would be. Would my body not hurt as much if I did X, Y, Z? So what I take about that with Ruby Ribbon is, and why I worked so incredibly hard this month to balance it all was, and to make these changes and to move forward and ask for help, basically, is, sometimes as a woman, I think that we try to do it all and that we should feel bad not asking for help. And at the end of the day, I'm a really busy person. I'm remodeling my whole house. I work this business with my husband. I want Ruby Ribbon to work and to maintain our lifestyle after he retires. And that's not going to happen making $500 a month. I need to raise my game, but I also need to accept the fact that I cannot do it all, and that it's okay for me to ask for help in other areas of my life, to step back and take a look at the technology that's available. I mean, I love going to the stylist page because I learn things all the time there about how I can constantly improve my business. I am a little intimidated this month because I signed up for some in-person fairs. And I'm really bad about talking to people about Ruby Ribbon in real life. Like, I don't know how to start the conversation. It's so awkward for me. And but I still signed up for those things. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna jumble through them. And then a woman in the stylist page offered up this new way for a business card to work. It's called Link, and it's a digital thing where people just tap their phone onto it, and then all your website and everything just goes right on there. And they have all of your information in their phone with just a tap. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's going to make it so much easier. I can use the resource Kayla just provided a month ago, that brasgottago.com. I'm going to put it on that link, and then I can kind of do my awkward jimble to them in person, and then they're going to be able to actually look at the information and look at that party online with just a tap of their phone. And I'm just really excited about learning about all these different resources and how to make it work, right? How to streamline it. And not only did I take that information for Ruby Ribbon, but I took it for MadSaw as well. And I was able to implement into both of my businesses. So, I encourage you all, if you're brand new, to just really utilize those resources, not only in Ruby Gold Diggers, but to the stylist page as well. Take 5 minutes and read through what some of these people are saying every day. And, about the different fits of the camis, about all of the different technologies that they're using, and ask for help. Even if you're not at a level yet where you need somebody to maybe run your parties for you or anything like that, or maybe they can help you in another way. Ask for help. Like, how do you guys track your system? I hate computers. Can I see your notebook one? I mean, the number one thing about Ruby Ribbon that I keep hearing, and I never did another direct sales company, so I don't have anything to compare it to. But the number one thing I do hear from other women, and even other women that have joined my team that did other direct sales, is that there's just a lot more help and resources here than there is in other companies. So, take that time, utilize those resources, and always ask for help. And that really changed things for me this month. So, and I haven't even really implemented those changes yet. However, I think it was just a mental unload that I needed. It was knowing that it's coming. And so I was able to refocus my lens and be like, okay, this is what means a lot to me. How can I make this grow? And, I have 3 awesome ladies that have joined me this month. And I know one lady I haven't even introduced yet into this group, but she's really scared about starting, but she just loves the cami. I mean, she left me a voicemail message, and that's really what pushes me through every day. And actually, that's the best part about Ruby Ribbon. I've actually had like 3 stylists come to me and just say, Gina, I don't, do you get credit if I join this company? Because I want to join this company. I mean, that's unbelievable, right? I didn't have to recruit somebody. They tried the product, and honestly, I didn't give them the best customer service. I was a little late about following up, and they're the ones that came to me and said, hey, lady, can you help me join this company? I want to share it too. So recently I just had a hostess, and she worked for Scentsy for 8 years. And she was not able to put anybody onto her team. And here, I didn't even have to work at it. So, I mean, that's something to really keep in mind when you don't necessarily need to build a team to be successful with Ruby Ribbon. Look at me, right? I made $2,000 in March just by selling the products. And I have a group of women in my VIP group that, they love me and I love them. And, we share not only, and it's really helped with Crystal this month. She ran that promotion. And if you guys did not do that program with her, you need to go back and do it, because the information she shared was awesome. And the coaching she gave was awesome. Even just the few messages that we did back and forth together was very helpful. And, take the time and do that for you, because she knows what she's talking about. She is, and if you're not a part of that unofficial Ruby graphics group, if you don't know what I'm talking about, ask us for the link and get into that group, because she runs that one as well. And she does an amazing job, and she's an amazing resource for this community. And we're super lucky to have her on our team. So, and then I'd like to also just say that if you're not a part of the RR Level 1 sizing group, you need to be a part of that as well. Jessamine, I don't think that woman sleeps. She's in there and answering questions nonstop. And she is doing an amazing job. I see her and I appreciate her and her advice. And Lisa Larson Oliver, you're always in there and being a great mentor as well. You're not even an ambassador, and you're filling a role and supporting Jessamine with her recommendations. So I see that as well. So, like I said, utilize the resources here. And, what Kayla said to me, I don't know, over a year ago, because it took me over a month to make my first sale, ladies. Over a month. I had nobody. Kayla has my whole friends and family all wrapped up. She sold them all. So I had to start fresh. And and she just said, you know what, Gina, even when you don't feel like working your business, just do it for 15 minutes. 15 minutes and then start again the new day, because there's going to be days where you don't want to work this business. And then there's going to be days where you're just like all in. And it's so true. There's days where I just want to not do a sizing form. I'm just like, oh my gosh, I don't want to deal with it. And this lady's particularly hard. And I don't know what to do. But, I do it once and then, it kind of breaks the mold, so to speak. And then I keep moving forward. I'm celebrating just about a year anniversary with Ruby Ribbon right now. And I can think about all of the women that have helped me so much this past year. Jill in the beginning, Ben Ray, before she hit director, right? But she earned that. And she was in there doing the same thing Jessamine was doing for me. And that's who taught me basically everything that I know. And ladies, she has nothing to do with my upline. She is just a side sister. So, that's just, I wouldn't be where I am today, and I wouldn't be on this launching pad for Ruby Ribbon. I was just on the phone with my mom yesterday and said, Mom, I'm really on the cusp of seeing where all this potential with this company is at. And yes, right? Ada Lynn says hi, and she shows her unicorns on my lives all the time. And so that's another thing I learned is, I was really scared of doing lives. I was scared of being imperfect. I was scared of not showcasing myself, right? And then nobody would like me. And then Jessica Melchert, who is another Ruby Gold Digger, she basically said, what are you talking about? She goes, you're great. You're awesome. This is me and my craziness in a live one morning. And, I always think about that whenever I'm scared to get, whenever I'm scared to go on a live, I just think about different things my Ruby Gold Digger sisters have said to me. And it's able to push me through and to make my business happen every single day. And that, ladies, I know you're busy, right? I am too. And I know I'm tired. There's days where I have fell asleep on my phone. And I'm not saying that you necessarily need to do that, but if you are looking to provide for your family at another level and you want to make this your full-time income, you need to sometimes do that. And well, see, because I joined, right? Well, whatever. But I wish I had taken you up on your offer when we did my party. It's probably my number one regret that I have now that I've done this business. But I'm here now, and I'm rocking.
If you're not seeing in the chat, I was just teasing Gina about some stuff. So go back and read the comments. But yeah, we had been mom friends for quite a while, never met in person, and invited her several times to join the business. And now look, today, here she is giving shout outs to all of our teammates who have helped her along the way too, and all the connections and socialization and working alongside her daughter, and just having a good time setting her goals. And there's quite a few really good gold nuggets that you just shared in here that I just wanted to recap. That Ruby Ribbon became your plan A when you wanted to leave corporate America and wanted to have that time freedom. And how do you work your business? around your busy family schedule. And I heard you say that you do nighttime time blocking, even if you fall asleep, on your phone, you do that from, 8 to 11 at night or whatever that takes that day. I love how you said you haul wood by day and sell camis at night. And then I think it's so important to touch on the fact that you said asking for help. So that can sometimes look like outsourcing house cleaning. It can look like asking your husband to make dinner one night a week so you have a little bit of extra time to answer messages. It could be, like you said, asking in the stylist only page for something that's already been done, so you don't have to recreate the wheel, looking for resources that are already done. And then you mentioned one of the team resources that you're using, and shout out to you for doing an in-person vendor fair when you're afraid to do that. That's not my cup of tea either, but I have had really good results when I get out of my own way and do that. But I hadn't thought of using our new team website to do that. So the Bras Gotta Go .com. If you're not familiar with that, that is free for our whole team to use, and it doesn't have any identifying information. So it just directs somebody to, generically, it says connect with your stylist to fill out her fit form, but it has all the information that she needs. I just wanted to touch back to what you said about the engagement with Crystal. If you don't know what that is, I'm going to put a link in the comments. She did the entire month of March, she did engagement posts for how to grow your VIP group, how to grow engagement in your Facebook groups. And then I took a lot of notes because you had so many good gold nuggets. Redefining yourself and your wealth. Like, I think that is such an amazing lady that you talk to. And maybe we can touch on like having her as like a guest on here or something sometime, because I think that, a lot of us could benefit from that, or maybe we could have you read some notes. But yes. So Gina, do you have any closing thoughts for us about what success and joy look like for you in your business and your personal life right now, or anything else you wanted to add for these ladies? I see we have some, I'm trying to look at my computer. See, we have some watching live and some comments here.
So just in closing, lady. Oh, okay. So just in closing, ladies, I want to just say that not only is your upline available, but your sidelines are too. And your sister stylists in that stylist group are as well. And really all it comes down to is saying, hey, I'm struggling. Please help me, give me ideas, or go and search. Because like Kayla, that's exactly what Kayla says all the time. Stop trying to recreate the wheel. There's so many women in this business that have already been successful. They've paved the way. Tiffany does so many things for this company and for our team specifically, running all of these raffles. And I mean, it's so easy to share into your group, and the Monday Night Lives, so easy to share into your group. Jill's last week, if you didn't share that into your VIP group, you really need to. It was awesome. She did an amazing job, and even so many customers said it was the best live they've ever seen. And, I took a lot of notes from that group or from her live just to help improve how I communicate to my customers. So, I guess that's really what I want to close with is, utilize and do it. See, look at with Ada Lynn here sitting it, do it for who you are, because that's who is relatable. And you show your unicorns a lot, right? Yeah. And and toddlers are truth tellers, right? So I'm like, Adalyn, do I wear my camis every day? And she goes, yep, every day. So they know that I'm not lying, right? And that's really what it comes down to. So welcome. If this is your first time watching anything in Ruby Gold Diggers, welcome to the group. I'm here. Everybody's here. Go ahead and post and get your questions answered and get yourself some success, right? Get yourself some financial freedom. And that's really what it comes down to. And that's what that woman talked about. She said, I don't know if I necessarily would have 3 houses. She goes, but what I would maybe retire 10, a year or 2 years earlier and have one less thing. So, oh, they're going to go ride your Elsa car. Go ahead. So, just enjoy this journey and know that you don't have to have a a sale right away. Just keep building upon your own business and show up every day, and it's really going to benefit your life.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Gina. So many gold nuggets. I tried to put a little bit of a recap in the chat too, so people can refer back and ask questions to some of the resources you were referencing and everything. But thank you so much for sharing your time. I know your other one is napping, and as a mom, this is like gold time to get your stuff done. So I really appreciate you coming live with me during your precious nap time to do your mom things. And I look forward, ladies, if you're listening to this or catching the replay, let us know in the comments and show Gina some love and appreciation for her time today to share her skills with us. So thank you, ladies. Have a great day. Happy Wednesday.
Bye.